I am the president-elect, DJ Storms, and in just days, live on the WWE Network, we will see the almighty United States Champion take on the great liberator of an Intercontinental Champion. Also, we will see the blueprint of SmackDown and the Empress of Raw collide to find out who is truly the superior champion of the main roster women's division. And finally, we will see the head of the table, the head of the family, the tribal chief, take on a proud warrior that culminated a 19-year journey to the top to decide who is truthfully the best of the best. But before it is time for the Empress and the Blueprint to clash, before it is time for that proud warrior and the tribal chief to go one-on-one, before it is time for WWE Survivor Series, it's time for the rundown! Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another video right here on YouTube.com, as of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle, Wait for it. To mankind, this is the official rundown for WWE Survivor Series, which of course is streaming live on the WWE Network this Sunday, November 22nd, 2020, with the pre-show starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Apparently they're going back to these 2-hour fucking pre-shows for the Big Four pay-per-views. God fucking help us all. But nevertheless, we got SmackDown tonight. We still don't know who SmackDown's team is going to be as far as the men and the women go. We still have 2 spots to fill for the women. We still got 1 spot to fill for the men. So the card isn't even finalized. I mean, come on. How many fucking weeks have you had to build Survivor Series? You had 4 weeks to build Survivor Series, and you still do not have finalized teams for the men and women's Survivor Series 5-on-5 traditional tag team matches. But nevertheless, this is WWE, so what the fuck do you expect? They get everything done last minute. Regardless of that. As you can tell by the title, I am not alone here. We got yet another guest back here for the rundown for the very first time ever, actually. For the very first time ever, he is an up-and-coming, rising content creator. He is a lifelong wrestling fan. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a member of the DJ Storms posse. Please help me welcome, for the very first time ever to the channel, Nicholas Fiore. How you doing, my friend?
DJ Storms, my brother, I am doing really good today. Really good today. As you said, Survivor Series teams still not finalized, but yeah, this is WWE and Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. But not only that, but Survivor Series, supposedly Big Four of the year. Yet, I do want to make mention, there's nothing on the line, and there should be. Why there's nothing on the line is mind-boggling. Why not have on the line, whichever brand wins is guaranteed an entry 30 spot in the Rumbles for the men and women next January? Why not have an extra draft pick from the opposing brand, male, tag team, or female, anyone they want, or NXT call-up, something?
At this rate, dude, I don't even know, and we can go on and on about how bad the build has been, but it seems like we say that for every fucking main roster pay-per-view. So, at this rate, all we can hope for is some decent wrestling. Yeah, there's nothing on the line. but all we can hope for is some decent wrestling. And to be quite honest with you, the main roster product right now, it has just gotten worse and worse and worse over the course of the last few months, to a point where I don't think anyone fucking cares. Little to no people care. And I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that I'm still doing Raw and SmackDown reviews on the Lightning Flash update. I would actually be surprised if this video actually gets over 100 views, considering that little to no one gives a flying fuck about what's going on at Survivor Series and about what's going on Raw and SmackDown, outside of Roman Reigns, of course. But we're going to dissect everything as far as Survivor Series goes. First things first. Before we get into the festivities here, we got to get through some advertisements. Of course, I need you to follow me on Twitter, on the Twitter sticks, at HistoryMakerDJS. You'll find out why I am the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind. So please go check that out. On top of that, please go follow me on Instagram and Periscope at TheDJStorms. Add me on Facebook as well for collaborations and business inquiries. Please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. I need you to like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook. That is, we are just 5 members away from 100 members, so if any 5 of you want to be the lucky 5 that brings the DJ Storms Posse Facebook group to 100 members, please like the business page, and I'll send you that invite to join the Posse on Facebook. All the links are in the description. Please go check them out. The Lightning Flash update from last week actually was probably the best Lightning Flash update that I've done as far as the live Lightning Flash updates go. The flow of it was very nice. We hit all the major talking points. I did a shit ton of rants on Zelina Vega's release. Monday Night Raw, of course, I do a rant on Monday Night Raw every week. I did a rant on Jade Cargill and her horrible promo about how Leon Ruff winning the NXT North American title was absolutely fucking detrimental to NXT. So if you want to check that out, that link is also in the description. Please go check that one out. If you guys have not already done so, we are 7.5 minutes into the video. If you guys haven't already done so, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, like the video, okay? I want to get into the eyes of many other people. I am trying to expand, I am trying to grow. But in order to do that, my video needs to reach a shit ton of people. And in order for it to reach a shit ton of people, I'm going to need you people to like the video so that way it gets into the eyes of many other people. So if you haven't already done so, like the video. There is a thumbs up button. Hit it. On top of that, keep the chat rolling. Keep the chat alive. Chat amongst yourselves. Chat amongst me. Please share the stream out on all platforms, social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, YouTube. Wherever you share out your streams, whatever social media platforms you have, please go share it out. It is ultra important that you share out the stream so that way we get more people in here. And when you share out the stream, and when you keep the chat rolling, you got to hit the subscribe button. YouTube, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. YouTube, they purged 10 of my subscribers, so I go from 2123 down to 2113, then I go to 2110, then I go to 219, then I go back up to 2119. So I don't know what the fuck YouTube's doing. YouTube's all over the fucking place. But I need you guys to share out the stream and hit the subscribe button, because when I hit the subscribe button, that way I can grow and expand, and I can expand the DJ Storms Posse worldwide. Not like Titus Worldwide, or Titus World Slide, as we called him in 2018. Regardless of that, please hit the subscribe button, because we are trying to grow. I want to add more members to the DJ Storms Posse. Become a member of the DJ Storms Posse by hitting the subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, you gotta hit the notifications bell with a huge coup de grace. That way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube, because whenever I pop up on YouTube, it is the best time to be on YouTube. It's the only time you're going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combination and this beautiful mustache right here. Is there even a question if I have it? Of course I have it right here. Because everybody wants a piece of the Stormsmeister. Anyway, enough of the self-brand promotion, the advertisements. We're going to get straight into the matches here. We got 6 matches announced for Survivor Series, of course, with The Undertaker making his appearance. We'll talk about The Undertaker making his appearance last, because more likely than not, that is going to be the main segment of Survivor Series, since it's built around The Undertaker. The actual show means absolutely fucking nothing, in the eyes of Vince McMahon at least, so why should it mean anything to us? But we're going to talk about Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn, United States Champion versus Intercontinental Champion first. I'm going to hand this one over to you, bro. I want you to give me your expertise analysis on this match, and who do you think is going to win, and what we could possibly be looking at for Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley after the Survivor Series.
Well, Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn, I will say this. 2 years ago, Bobby Lashley was a babyface, Sami Zayn was a heel, but 2 years ago, I don't want to remind you of one of the worst Raw segments ever, the Lashley Three Sister segments. That was god-awful. But that was 2 years ago. But now, this is a much different Bobby Lashley with the Hurt Business, which is the only good part of days. And Sami Zayn, one of the best things on SmackDown nowadays. Sami Zayn as a heel is a fucking genius, man. A genius. Now, as far as the match goes, neither guy can lose, but I think Bobby Lashley's gonna win, and I think what's gonna be like, because Bobby Lashley's the bigger, stronger guy, Sami's the smaller one. I think Lashley's gonna win, but he's gonna make you believe against Lashley. Either that, or I think Sami's gonna win somehow. How he cheats, genius he is, he finds a way to win. But all in all, for the most part, I think it's going to Bobby Lashley, if you ask me.
Based off of everything, based off of the sister segment, which we will try not to relive, but based off of their previous matchup at Money in the Bank, I don't see how anyone could be genuinely interested in this. I hope they prove us wrong. But I really don't have any faith. I really don't have any faith in them to prove us wrong, considering the past, especially when it comes to the main roster and the track record that they have. It is extremely hard to wash away that bad taste out of everyone's mouth, especially considering that it has stuck with us for so long, and it's a memory. It's a memory so bad that it just leaves a bad. It leaves a bad taste in our mouth, a long-lasting bad taste in our mouths, and it leaves a long-lasting bad memory lodged in the back of our minds. So I hope that they prove us wrong, but I really do not expect anything from this match. I really don't expect anything from this match. Matter of fact, if we're going to be quite honest here, I expect this match to be the weakest. I expect this match to be the weakest match out of all the matches that we have on the Survivor Series card, and I do concur. As far as the winner goes. I do not see Sami Zayn winning this. I see Bobby Lashley winning this. Bobby Lashley, realistically, you take a look at what Bobby Lashley's done, and even though the United States Championship has really not been a priority on Monday Night Raw, Bobby Lashley has actually been booked semi-decently. He's been winning. He has not been losing. He's not been cowering. Yeah, he's not been cowering away like a pussy. Meanwhile, you take a look at what Sami Zayn's been doing.
He's not smiling.
Yeah, exactly. He's not this smiley nerd that we saw when he first returned. He's actually showcasing an aggressive side. He's actually being booked like a dominant individual, so I can't really complain in that sense. But at the end of the day, Bobby Lashley and his United States Championship reign, it means absolutely nothing. Not to say Sami Zayn's Intercontinental title reign really means anything either, considering that Sami Zayn, ever since he ended the program with Jeff Hardy back at the beginning of October, Sami Zayn has not been showcased on SmackDown, and the one time that he was showcased on SmackDown in a match against Apollo Crews, he did absolutely nothing but get his ass kicked for 3 minutes and then lock Apollo Crews' leg within the zip ties and the strings that held the ring mat onto the wooden pallet of the ring, and he won via countout. So Sami Zayn, he has been booked like a complete chicken shit, and based on that, I really expect Sami Zayn to just run away and try and escape Bobby Lashley in any way, shape, or form. Just run away like a fucking pussy, and we're gonna be watching this going, man, Sami Zayn's the Intercontinental Champion, And again, I love Sami Zayn, and I love what he's been doing on television. I think that his heel character is great, but the way that they book him as a chicken shit and as a pussy heel, that's the type of shit that really devalues not only Zayn, but the Intercontinental title as well. And I said this all the way back at WrestleMania when he was fighting Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. I was trying to explain how if you are a chicken shit, then you should not be a champion. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to result in anything good. It's not going to result in anything meaningful, and it's not going to result in something of substance that's going to grab the viewer's attention. It's going to make the viewer look at you like, really? This guy's a champion? So that's what I expect from this match. I expect this match to be the weakest match out of all the matches on the Survivor Series card. I do expect Bobby Lashley to win. Here's something right here. Where does Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn go after this match?
After this match, after watching SmackDown last week, last week Apollo Crews for Sami Zayn. Yeah, like Sami Zayn, it's like the chicken shit, like you said. It's like heels can win clean and stuff like that. Now, like Sami Zayn found a way and stuff to win last week, but I think after watching last week, Crews vs. Sami, I don't think it's a one and done. They could do this match again at TLC. I don't know if it'll be a ladder match, a chairs match, tables match, but I could see them doing that again at TLC and stuff. And maybe they get more time because last week at 3 minutes, and I expect that to go 15-20 minutes a week ago. So that is that with Sami Zayn. As for Bobby Lashley, I could see a Matt Riddle after Survivor Series going after Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't mind that.
I can definitely see Matt Riddle, but I wouldn't do it just yet. I would actually save that for next year, possibly going into WrestleMania, considering that Matt Riddle, he really doesn't have anything going on right now on Monday Night Raw. He'll probably go into a feud with an AJ Styles after the Survivor Series. I can definitely see Jeff Hardy possibly getting a United States title opportunity, considering that Jeff Hardy really is expendable right now. And if you really want to enhance Bobby Lashley's United States Championship title reign, then putting him with a babyface like Jeff Hardy would probably be the best scenario to go. As far as Sami Zayn goes, I wouldn't mind the match with Apollo Crews. I actually do think that would be a nice interim opponent for Sami Zayn, even though Apollo Crews doesn't fucking deserve a Intercontinental Championship opportunity. But ultimately, I would like to see the end goal. I would actually like to see the end goal for Sami Zayn be Buddy Murphy, considering that Buddy Murphy, he is going to be branching out on his own, considering that Rollins is going away, Becky Lynch, she is due next month, so it would make sense for Murphy to be put in a mid-card position. But based on the report that I actually have on the Lightning Flash update on Saturday, it doesn't really look like Murphy's headed down the Intercontinental title route. It looks like they're headed down a fucking Aaliyah Murphy wedding route. So I got my thoughts on that, which I will talk about on the Lightning Flash update. But I would love to see the end game for Sami Zayn v. Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is undoubtedly one of the most underrated individuals that they got employed by the company. I do not want to see a guy like Buddy Murphy just completely fucking wasted. I want to see Buddy Murphy succeed. I really do want to see Buddy Murphy thrive. And it sucks that they have not done anything with Buddy Murphy except make him Seth Rollins' lackey ever since he got up to the main roster. It's crazy how back in August, Buddy Murphy, he put on 3 excellent fucking matches with Roman, Ali, and Bryan back to back to back, and they did absolutely fucking nothing with him. It is unbelievable how WWE never capitalizes on an opportunity when it's right in front of their fucking face. But that's where I can see Sami Zayn headed. As far as the match goes, like we said, we are Bobby Lashley across the board here. Bobby Lashley is going to defeat Sami Zayn some way, somehow, and Bobby Lashley will get Monday Night Raw on the board at Survivor Series. Now, we are moving on to the Women's Survivor Series Tag Team match. We got Team Raw, which was originally supposed to be Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke, but they got taken out on Monday, as you saw. Yeah, they got taken out on Monday, as you saw, and now we got Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce replacing Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Somehow, it's actually gotten worse for Team Raw. And as far as Team SmackDown goes, So as far as Team SmackDown goes, SmackDown's actually looking pretty decent. We got Bianca Belair, we got Ruby Riott, we got Liv Morgan, and more likely than not, we're going to have Bayley and Natalya qualify. I don't understand why you wouldn't have Bayley on the Survivor Series team, considering that she is undoubtedly the best women in the division outside of Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. As far as Natalya goes, Natalya, she is just about as boring as watching someone cut the grass outside. She's about just as boring as watching me take notes in class about advanced accounting. I would much rather take notes in class about advanced accounting than watch Natalya wrestle. But regardless, Natalya is going to be on the Survivor Series team because there's legitimately no one else, and I don't think I could handle watching fucking Billie Kay on the Survivor Series tag team for SmackDown Live. I don't give a shit if Peyton Royce is on the Survivor Series team and you wanna do an Iconics clash. I don't give a fuck. Leave that in your fucking fantasy books. And let's keep reality somewhat decent here. So, more likely than not, we're going to get Bayley and Natalya on the SmackDown Live Survivor Series Women's Tag Team. We got Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. There is absolutely no fucking question that Team SmackDown should win this easily. But I would not be surprised if they have Monday Night Raw win this. But I'm going with Team SmackDown because that is the logical choice here. I'm going with Team SmackDown. Lana undoubtedly is going to be the first one eliminated. And Nia Jax is going to drag her out of the ring and put her through a table in an absolute fit of fucking rage. If that doesn't happen, I would be absolutely fucking shocked. So, Lana's going to get eliminated first. She's going to get Simone dropped through a table for a 10th time. As far as the Sole Survivors go, it should come down to Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler. If anything, Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce should be sacrificial lambs. Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Lana should all be sacrificial lambs to Bianca Belair. We do not need anyone else getting eliminations except for Bianca Belair in this one. Bianca Belair should be the star of this Survivor Series match. She should be the star of this entire team. And at the end, it should come down to her and Baszler should be the one to finally be eliminated by Bianca Belair, and Bianca Belair is going to be the sole survivor. That's how I would book this. That's the correct way to book this. You book Bianca Belair, who is undoubtedly the best overall pure athlete in this fucking match, and you have Bianca Belair going to the Survivor Series. She cleans house. She wins the match for her team. She is the sole survivor, and you carry that credibility all the way into the Rumble. She wins the Rumble, and then she goes on to face Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship at WrestleMania. I would actually like to see an interim match at TLC between Bianca Belair and Bayley, and we could definitely see a nice undercard match at TLC right there. I think that would be a very nice showcase for Bianca Belair. That would actually be a very nice women's match, and it would be a very nice match to catapult Bianca Belair up the ladder a little bit more, give her a little bit more credibility, if you know what I mean. As far as Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan goes, I guarantee you they go back to fucking catering after this match. As far as Natalya goes, I don't give a shit what you do with Natalya. As far as the Raw team goes, I don't give a shit either. I just want those women's tag team titles off of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax so we can get Nia Jax on the unemployment line and we can get Shayna Baszler in a program with Asuka for the the Raw Women's Championship. I'm so focused on SmackDown, but the Raw Women's Championship definitely needs a shot of adrenaline, and I would have Shayna Baszler go forth, take the title off of Asuka, but more likely than not, we're going to get fucking Charlotte coming back any fucking day now, which I am fucking dreading. I'm dreading, man. I'm telling you. But that's how I see this playing out. Bianca Belair is your sole survivor. She gets the most eliminations. She is the one to eliminate Shayna Baszler and win the match. She is the sole survivor. She carries that momentum into the Rumble, wins the title from Sasha at WrestleMania 37. That is how you build up a new star. That is how you create a new star. That is how you book this match and Bianca Belair going forward. I'm going to toss it over to you, bro. Let me hear it.
The 5-on-5 Women's Survivor Series elimination match, I'm going the Team SmackDown women. Look, on paper, just look at the teams for Raw and for SmackDown. The Raw one is laughable. SmackDown's is decent and much better than Raw's. And as far as I'm concerned, I think SmackDown should win this show, Survivor Series, because Raw is so god awful. SmackDown at least has been tolerable outside of last Friday, but I will say this: I'm going to Team SmackDown women to win. Bianca should definitely be the sole survivor. That's also my prediction. Bayley, I expect to be on the team, and in fact, I expect her to be the team captain for the team. Natalya, I could see because the recent, as of the Team SmackDown women qualifying matches, Natalya was in them, but wasn't pinned or submitted. So I could see her on the team as well. For Lana, she should be the first one eliminated, but they have this Lana Chronicle after Survivor Series.
Shit, I completely forgot about that.
And I don't want to see Lana as a sole survivor. I don't.
I hope to God not, but you know for a fact that that's going to be looming over our fucking heads. That's definitely going to be looming over our fucking heads, considering that we got the fucking Chronicle going down literally just what, immediately after Survivor Series, or is it?
Yeah, I think it's immediately.
Is it after Survivor Series, or is it I can't remember the tweet. Did they do it on the 21st? Or is it after Survivor Series?
I'm sure it's after Survivor Series.
All right, hang on. We're going to look it up. We're going to look it up right now. Let me go on. Let me go online.
Yeah. Shayna and Nia definitely get the belts on them. Shayna needs to be away from Nia. She does, and to be honest with you, without Shayna, Nia's nothing.
Well, yeah, they put, you realize why they put Shayna and Nia together, right? It's because of the simple fact that Vince McMahon is using the women's tag team championships as placeholder championships for women like Nikki Cross and Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler, and they're putting them in tag teams with women like Nia and Alexa Bliss, because that's the only way that these women are ever going to win championships, because Vince McMahon doesn't want to invest in a singles championship run for these individuals.
Nope, not at all.
It is Saturday. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. It's the 21st.
Oh, okay.
The Lana Chronicle. So, you know for a fact that that's going to play into effect at Survivor Series. Watch Lana be the sole survivor after she goes through a table for a 10th fucking time. 10 times it's going to be.
I hope. God, I hope she's not the sole survivor. But if she's going to be the sole survivor, she cannot eliminate Bianca Belair. But I'm sole survivor.
I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. If Lana is the sole survivor, I may not even do a Survivor Series rewind. But we are Team SmackDown across the board here. We're going to go into the match between Sasha Banks and Asuka, SmackDown Women's Champion versus Raw Women's Champion. Now, if I'm going to be quite honest here, this one actually has a high unpredictability factor. This one could swing either way. There are a lot of factors that we could play into this. We could play Bayley into this, because apparently Bayley's still not done with Sasha Banks, even though I don't know why. She lost twice clean. We got Carmella as well. We could possibly see Carmella cost Sasha Banks. We could see Sasha Banks win clean over Asuka. If you're saying that SmackDown is probably going to get the win here. It's weird, though, because SmackDown and Raw, there's only 6 matches here. There's 6 matches here, so we have the potential of seeing them tie. So I'm actually looking at this from a perspective of they're probably not going to give SmackDown the win, because Vince McMahon always treats Monday Night Raw like it's superior to SmackDown, because Monday Night Raw is supposedly the quote-unquote flagship show. So at the end of the day, I can definitely see them tying the scores here. And as far as this match goes, this is an unpredictable situation where it could swing either way. You could either have Asuka win, you could have Sasha Banks win. based on everything and based on what's been going down between Carmella and Sasha Banks, I could actually see Carmella getting involved in this match, and I could see Carmella costing Sasha Banks, and Asuka takes advantage, and Asuka gets the win here, possibly via the Asuka lock. Now, they could have Sasha Banks win here, but based off of what they're doing with Carmella and Sasha Banks on SmackDown, there's really no other route that they can go to make Sasha Banks look strong in defeat other than having Carmella jump in. She can cost Sasha Banks. Obviously, that leads into the matchup at TLC, and we get Sasha and Carmella at TLC. As far as Asuka goes, I don't even give a shit where Asuka goes. There's literally nobody in that division that is worthy of a Raw Women's title opportunity. Not to say that Carmella's worthy of a SmackDown Women's title opportunity, but they have not showcased anyone. They have not showcased anyone whatsoever on Monday Night Raw that has even had one interest in going after Asuka. It's always been the Raw versus SmackDown dynamic that they've been building towards. There's been more turmoil on the separate shows than there has been between Raw and SmackDown themselves. Outside of Drew McIntyre coming over to SmackDown to have a face-off with Roman Reigns before he even won the fucking WWE Championship. But as far as this match goes, I can see this possibly being the match of the night. Sasha Banks and Asuka have great chemistry. They absolutely work well together. They are two of the absolute best in the game. So, regardless of how many times that we've seen this match, you know that we're going to get a good match between Sasha Banks and Asuka. And at the end of it, I can definitely see Carmella getting involved in some way, shape, or form. Maybe a super kick behind the referee's back. Asuka takes advantage, and we could see Sasha Banks and Carmella go into a program at TLC. And again, what Sasha Banks does between now and WrestleMania is completely fucking irrelevant, because all roads point to Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37 for the title. So I don't really give a shit. More likely than not, we're going to get a decent match because Sasha Banks can bring a fucking broomstick to a decent match. But at the end of the day, in no way, shape, or form is Carmella worthy of a SmackDown Live Women's title opportunity. But I can see Carmella getting involved, and Asuka is going to get the victory here and make it 2-1 for Team Raw at Survivor Series. How about you? Let me hear it.
I think I'm going to go Asuka as well. I mean, it could be a draw. Sasha could. Now, Sasha versus Asuka rolls, and then 8 days after, then at SummerSlam. Now, it tells a story with their match again at Survivor Series, because the summertime this year, they had where Sasha won, but because of Bayley's help. This could tell a story where, can Sasha win without Bayley, or is Sasha going to ultimately fall to Sasha facing Asuka on her own? And I could see Carmella costing Sasha the match, and it could make sense because they're feuding right now, supposedly, and it would lead to match at TLC, and it would protect Asuka and Sasha, but I do expect this to be possibly match of the night, but I'm going with Asuka.
So, where can you see Asuka going after this? Like, we already know where Sasha's going. We see Carmella in Sasha Banks' future, but where is Asuka going to go after this? Do you see anyone being lined up to face Asuka, or are they just waiting, or are they just biding their time for Charlotte?
Oh yeah, definitely for Charlotte, because you know that's coming, because God forbid Charlotte is off WrestleMania and is off the card completely, and God forbid she doesn't have the championship, because Charlotte is selfish, just like Goldberg. Now, Asuka, after Survivor Series, there's really no one on Raw that's even worthy. Naomi's hurt, but is she really hurt? You got Mandy Rose that's supposed to be injured by Nia Jax, unsafe Nia Jax. Dana Brooke with the COVID stuff over the weekend, apparently. Reckoning with Loserbution, losers. There's really no one on Raw that's even worthy of Asuka. But Charlotte and Asuka, that's coming at WrestleMania.
But here's the thing: are they really going to wait for WrestleMania, or are they just going to blow their load early and have Charlotte win the title from Asuka before the end of the year? That's the thing. Because some people are saying that we're going to have Charlotte win the title before WrestleMania. Some people are going off and saying that Charlotte's going to win the Rumble again, and we're going to see Charlotte and Asuka.
I hope not. I hope not.
Like, dude.
Charlotte is a two-time Rumble winner. Shoot me. I don't want to see that.
Dude, I'm telling you, if that happens, I'm telling you. So, shit's going to go down, and the IWC is going to be burnt to the ground.
I hope Charlotte doesn't win the Rumble next year. It needs to go to Bianca. Do you really want another fan backlash? That's what you have Charlotte win. When she didn't deserve to win this past January, when Shayna was originally supposed to win. She was supposed to win the Rumble this past January. But Charlotte, with her backstage politics, changed all that. But Asuka, Charlotte, how many times have we seen that? Again, might I ask you? Too many. But Asuka, after TLC, there's really no one on the Raw Women's Division even worthy of her. And because of that, and what they're doing with Lana and Asuka and Shayna, with Lana, Nia, and Shayna Baszler, I would not, and I don't want to give them ideas, but I would not put it past Monday Night Raw to do this, because there's really no one on this, and then this is something I don't want to see. Like, imagine if they give the women's tag team titles at TL, because there's no one else in the Raw Women's Division.
I actually was thinking of something worse.
Raw Women's time.
I was thinking of something worse. I was actually thinking that we were going to see Lana as the sole survivor at Survivor Series, and that will translate into her getting a Raw Women's title opportunity against Asuka at TLC, just to buy time and get a successful title defense for Asuka out there.
Again, please no. How if they do that again, how short is that match going to be compared to their match on the Raw season premiere this year?
Well, the Raw season the Raw season premiere match was about like 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, actually, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
30 seconds. But
the connection's a little wonky. Just make sure that your connection's good, man.
Should be.
Yeah. Like you were freezing up there a little bit here and there. But anyway, we are Asuka across the board here. Asuka to beat Sasha in some way, shape, or form at the Survivor Series. We're moving on to the New Day versus the Street Profits, Raw Tag Team Champions versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Now, this match also has the potential to be match of the night, and this match also has a high unpredictability factor. I cannot give you a straightforward answer between the New Day and the Street Profits. Matter of fact, this one and the women's match, this one and Sasha and Asuka, you could swing either way with these two matches. But I definitely see the Street Profits coming out victorious. I'm going to go with a bold prediction here because everyone's going with the New Day. I'm actually going with the Street Profits here, considering that the New Day, it doesn't really matter whether the New Day are champions or not. The New Day are made tag teams. And I guess you could say the Street Profits are kind of a made tag team as well because they've held all the championship gold. They held the Raw tag team titles for 228 days before we had that terrible fucking title exchange with the New Day. Now they're the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. More likely than not, they'll be SmackDown Tag Team Champions going into WrestleMania, where we're going to see the Usos versus the Street Profits at WrestleMania 37. As far as this match goes, the Street Profits could definitely benefit from a win. The Street Profits could definitely benefit from gaining a victory over the New Day. The Street Profits could definitely benefit from going forth and winning this match, gaining some more credibility on their side, even though the tag team titles on both shows are completely fucking meaningless. I would definitely love to see the Street Profits get the win here. I think this is going to be a great match. This could be the match of the night. I think these two teams are going to have some great chemistry. As far as where these two teams go after this match, I can definitely see the New Day and the Hurt Business fighting again at TLC. I really don't see anyone else facing off against the New Day. They have not shown that any other team wants to go and fight the New Day, whether it be Retribution, Miz and Morrison, the Lucha House Party. It's only been the Hurt Business, so more likely than not, we are going to get the Hurt Business and the New Day again at TLC, and more likely than not, we will see the Hurt Business win the Raw Tag Team titles, which I hope that's the case, and I hope we get the Hurt Business versus possibly the Undisputed Era at WrestleMania. I would actually love to see the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, or Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong. I would love to see them get called up to the main roster, and they go forth to win the Raw Tag Team titles from the Hurt Business at WrestleMania 37. I think that would be an excellent move. I think that would definitely give the Raw Tag Team division, or lack thereof a tag team division, and Monday Night Raw in general, I think that would definitely give the show a shot of adrenaline if we have the Undisputed Era on the show. Adam Cole definitely has been one in everyone's mouth to possibly take the title off of Drew McIntyre, and if Drew McIntyre holds the WWE title to WrestleMania, I would definitely love to see that. I don't see them doing that, considering that that is way too creative, and that is way too innovative, and that is way too exciting for WWE to do, and when WWE has the opportunity to do something like that, they always go the opposite. But regardless, I would definitely love to see the Hurt Business versus the Undisputed Era for the Raw Tag Team titles in the beginning of 2021. I could see the New Day putting over the Street Profits here. The Street Profits, at this rate, I don't even know where the Street Profits go. We're probably going to see the Street Profits versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler going into TLC, possibly going into the Rumble. But ultimately, all roads lead to the Street Profits versus the Usos at WWE WrestleMania 37, where the Usos are going to walk out victorious as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and Roman will walk out victorious as the Universal Champion still, and we are going to have a Samoan Dynasty tyrannical raid going into the summer of 2021. So I'm going with the Street Profits to beat the New Day here and tie the score up for SmackDown 2-2. Back to you, bro.
Street Profits, I'm going with as well. The New Day doesn't need to win. They're like, and as you said it before in the past, DJ Storms, and I agree with you 1,000%. The New Day are the Charlotte Flair of the tag team division. It's ridiculous. It's like their matches are so predictable. It's almost like they don't like to lose clean, and they always win, and they bury teams and stuff. Like, so the New Day doesn't even need to win this match. The win for the New Day is not needed. I feel like the Street Profits need this more. If you give the win to the Street Profits, you know how much, you know what that would do for the Street Profits. It would give them some legitimacy, which they do need right now. And as far as the SmackDown Tag Team Championship after Survivor Series is concerned, I get these Street Profits and Usos at WrestleMania because Jimmy is still hurt, but he's out until January next year. So that's that. So I want to get your question on this. Could you see Street Profits and Usos at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Tag Team titles? Or could you see at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Tag Team titles the Usos versus the Mysterios, and the Mysterios win the titles at WrestleMania?
I actually would save that match. I would actually save the Mysterios versus the Usos for SummerSlam of 2021 because you're definitely going to need some babyface tag teams to feud with the Usos. So we're probably going to get a rematch between the Street Profits and the Usos, probably at the pay-per-view following WrestleMania. Then we'll probably see, I don't know, maybe a team like Cesaro and Nakamura versus the Usos. That would actually be a great match if you take a look at it. Even though they're two heel tag teams, that would be a great fucking match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And then eventually, I do believe that we will be getting the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic versus the Usos at SummerSlam. And that could be the end of the Samoan Dynasty tyrannical reign. And then we could get Roman Reigns versus Big E at SummerSlam as well. And that would cause the Samoan Dynasty to just fall apart. And Big E wins the Universal title. The Mysterios win the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. I don't think that you should waste the Usos versus the Street Profits now. Jimmy's going to be back by January, so build them up slowly. Build them up slowly. Have Jay keep on getting the wins, and have Jay take that momentum, transfer it to his brother, and have them go forth into WWE WrestleMania 37, and they can win the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles from the Street Profits. That's how I see things playing out. But where can you see the New Day going after this? Obviously, the Hurt Business is in their future, and they're going to beat the Hurt. They're going to lose to the Hurt Business at TLC more than likely. Where can you see them going after that, going into 2021? Before we move on,
I could see Hurt Business and New Day again at TLC. They're probably going to go into TLC, trade victories because that's typical, which is formulaic and garbage. And with their match again, which is coming at TLC, I expect Hurt Business to win. If they don't, going into 2021 WrestleMania next year, I could see Hurt Business winning the titles at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs in December, and I could see them defending the Raw team titles at WrestleMania next year, wherever it's held, and hopefully there's fans back by then. I could see them going up against, and I don't want to see Miz and Morrison against them. I don't want to see Lucha House Party, it's like they're chasing the 24/7 title, which is good. I would not mind the Undisputed Era. It'd be something different and fresh, and it's something that Raw would need. Plus, Undisputed Era, they've accomplished literally everything in NXT. They were booked well in NXT. They've accomplished literally everything there, especially Adam Cole. I remember I was at live NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 with Adam Cole. I was there live for that. Incredible. I could see them. They could recoup that. I don't know what you think on that. But it was after McIntyre beat Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship, SummerSlam 2017 weekend. That was great. So I could see that. But knowing WWE and Monday Night Raw, I'm hearing rumors of Edge versus The Fiend at WrestleMania. And that, there's going to be people like, oh, but it's a fresh match, man. It's something different, man.
I actually heard that WrestleVotes actually debunked that, and Edge and Orton is still the main plan.
Because I heard a rumor of that from WrestleVotes about a week ago.
Oh, yeah, they came out with a follow-up report, and they stated that Edge and Orton is still the main plan. Now, whether it's for the championship or not, I don't know. I would not have it for the championship.
The Fiend belongs nowhere near a world title. Look at The Fiend in this Universal title reign, and I don't want to remind you of Super Showdown this year with Bill Goldberg. Us. Remember SummerSlam this past August, the Falls Count Anywhere main event for the Bray Wyatt, The Fiend versus Braun Strowman. That match at SummerSlam, Adam and I were watching that. That match was trash. Finisher fast, breaking barricades, complete garbage. And it's like The Fiend, with his character, it shouldn't be anywhere near a world title. It doesn't even need a world title. So Edge and The Fiend, I would not do for a world title at all. But Edge and Orton, I mean, I'd much rather see that than Edge and The Fiend at this point. Edge and Bray Wyatt, a dream match maybe years ago before Bray was The Fiend, but not now. That's my opinion on that.
The character is really it's dead at this rate.
It's dead.
It's dead. But The Fiend's not even on Survivor Series. Yeah, The Fiend's not even on Survivor Series right now. But we'll talk about The Fiend as time goes on, and we'll see what happens as far as Bray Wyatt goes. So we're gonna move on to the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown men's Survivor Series tag team match. It is Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee versus not versus Keith Lee. Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and AJ Styles versus Team SmackDown. Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, and a member to be determined. First things first, bro. Who is going to be the final member of Team SmackDown? Is it going to be Daniel Bryan? Is it going to be Murphy? Is it going to be Rey Mysterio?
Probably not Rey Mysterio. Daniel Bryan, I don't think he needs to be on the card. Plus, I think there's a reason why he's been out as of late, because Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan should be at WrestleMania. That is your Mania match if they don't get The Rock, which would also make sense. But I will say, Daniel Bryan, I don't think he's going to be on it. Murphy, possibly. I don't know about that. Maybe, maybe not. But I could see Biggie or Lars Sullivan. Probably Lars Sullivan if you want to try and counter program against Braun Strowman.
I legitimately forgot about Biggie. They have not done jack shit with Biggie since the draft.
He's appeared in backstage sketch.
Yeah, that's about it.
Street Profits as of late to hype up the New Day and Street Profits. I mean, hopefully they start building them up after Survivor Series, but I'm hearing rumors of Biggie and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's rumors, but I don't think. I mean, if make a new star, yes, but I don't think Biggie's ready right now. Segment is your Mania match, to be honest with you. And I'm hearing rumors. Daniel Bryan, his current contract is his last full-time contract because when his contract is up next fall, I honestly expect him to renew his contract, but I think he's going like a part-time schedule. Like he's not booked every single week, in my opinion.
So at this rate, the best possible route to go is to get that one match out of Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. That's probably the best route to go. Here's what I can see happening. You mentioned that Jimmy Uso's due in January to come back. I actually think that Jimmy Uso may be back at Survivor Series, and we could see Jimmy Uso and Jay team up again, and that could actually play into the Samoan dynasty being built up.
I actually, believe it or not, I thought about that the other day, and I was like, I don't know how likely that could be, but I don't know. But it's due to be recovered in January next year, but I don't know.
Now,
he was back before?
I have no idea. It's all a matter of waiting at this rate. But as far as the winner goes, based on the fact that the SmackDown Live women's team is going to come out victorious in their match, then I can see Team Raw coming out victorious here.
Yeah. Now, Adam and I don't know if Corbin's going to eliminate Strowman, but though I don't care much about King, Corbin needs to get rid of the King gimmick and I'd have a yearly King of the Ring tournament, but I could see Team Raw win. But, I mean, again, SmackDown should beat Raw because Raw's got all four with as far as Survivor Series Sunday is concerned, but like I could see Team Raw win.
Oh yeah,
honestly, because it the fact that it's like, and this is typical. And Adam and I said all over this the past weeks, even on the Raw review that I did of mine on my Fiore Nation YouTube channel this week. It's like the Team Raw Survivor Series men's team is nothing but high school bickering. They can't get along. They can't get on the same page. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think, and after watching Raw Monday, and they lost clean to Retribution, Team Raw men could win.
At this rate, I wouldn't even be surprised. Keith Lee, I don't even know where the fuck Keith Lee's going. More likely than not, we're headed towards another Keith Lee versus Braun Strowman match at TLC. God fucking help us all there. Matt Riddle, don't even get me started. Matt Riddle, I'd like to hold out hope that we could see Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley for the United States title, but based on everything and based on the lawsuit that's going on, I could see Matt Riddle being the first one eliminated. Braun Strowman, I don't give a shit. Sheamus, I could actually see having a decent showing considering that they could be building up Sheamus for a match against Drew McIntyre. As far as SmackDown goes, I don't know. We could possibly see some tension brewing between Kevin Owens and Jey Uso. We could see Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns heading into TLC. That I would not mind. That I think would be an excellent fucking match. Seth Rollins, I don't know. Seth Rollins, more likely than not, will be there to put somebody over. Probably Keith Lee, considering that Seth Rollins is going to be going away. We could possibly see Seth Rollins lay down for someone like Keith Lee. I don't give a shit what happens with Baron Corbin. I'm actually shocked Baron Corbin wasn't released with the 40, 50 other people that were released back on Black Friday. I don't really know what's going to happen here. I don't really care. I'm going with Team Raw to get the victory only because it would tie up the score. It would not tie up the score. It would make the score 3-2. And then more likely than not, we're going to see Roman Reigns beat Drew McIntyre, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But what else do you see coming out of this match before we move on?
This match, Seth, I could definitely putting someone like a Keith Lee over, and it plays into the story where Keith Lee eliminated Seth Rollins at Survivor Series last year in Chicago.
Yes.
Seth, I could see getting eliminated, and he's rumored to take after Survivor Series, and I've seen the photos of Seth and Becky with and stuff on as of late. Happy for Seth and Becky, by the way. Just I thought I'd say that. But Seth, I could see getting eliminated. Corbin, I don't think he's going to last long in this match, to be honest. Owens and Reigns, yeah, sign me up for that. Definitely sign me up. But this time with the roles reversed, because 4 years ago, Owens was a heel, Reigns was a babyface. Now the roles are reversed. And you look at Roman now, you look at Roman Reigns now. Heel Roman is now the Roman we should have gotten years ago.
He should never be babyface again. Never be babyface again.
No, just like Randy Orton. There's some guys in this business that only work better as a heel. Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Sheamus, guys like them, Roman Reigns, you know? Even I'd say Chris Jericho, you know? Look at his work from 2008. That was some of the best stuff in his career with Shawn Michaels. But I could see Owens and Reigns at TLC, and then Reigns and Bryan at Mania. But as far as Team Raw, I don't know. Braun's going to be eliminated in this match. If they do, I could see them counting him out just like Nia Jax at Survivor Series. Matt Riddle, with the Candy Cartwright lawsuit, they could possibly eliminate him, but I don't know. It could be anything, but it's WWE. They do what they want. But again, I could see Team Raw winning.
So we got Team Raw across the board there to beat Team SmackDown at the Survivor Series. So we got the final match here with Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, Universal Champion versus WWE Champion. This is another match that I can see swinging either way, considering that there's a lot of factors to play into this match. There's Randy Orton, there's The Fiend, there's The Miz, there's Sheamus, there's Kevin Owens, there is Daniel Bryan, there's Jey Uso. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Could we possibly see The Fiend target Drew McIntyre because The Fiend wants the WWE Championship? I don't know. I think The Fiend has his sights set on Orton strictly, and we could possibly see The Fiend versus Orton at TLC. Could we possibly see Sheamus get involved and cost Drew McIntyre the match and really spark up the feud going into TLC to get a WWE title match on the show? Possibly. Could we see Kevin Owens get involved to get some revenge on Roman Reigns? Possibly. Could we see Daniel Bryan show face? Could we see Daniel Bryan go forth and really spark up the program leading into the Royal Rumble? Possibly. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a very unpredictable scenario. But I see a very, very slim chance of Drew McIntyre actually coming out the winner here. I actually see Roman Reigns coming out the winner here because of how white hot Roman Reigns is right now. And how much investment that they're really putting into the Roman Reigns character. Now, the match could be good. I do believe that the match is going to be a very competitive match. I do believe that the match is going to be very good. I do believe that this match has the potential to be the match of the night if they do play their cards right. Even though they're fighting over nothing, I do believe that it could be a very good match. I do see Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns having much better chemistry than they did a year plus ago when they were in their lukewarm roles as a heel and a babyface. Now the roles have been reversed. And good thing that the roles have been reversed because Drew McIntyre, this version of Drew McIntyre, actually works a lot better as a babyface. And Roman Reigns, like we've already stated, he should never be babyface again. This heel version of Roman Reigns is absolutely fucking perfect right now. So, no matter what happens, I can see Roman Reigns coming out victorious here. I see Drew McIntyre possibly going into a match with Sheamus at TLC. Although I don't have any faith that they'll actually put forth a new match. Matter of fact, they could save Sheamus and Drew McIntyre for the Royal Rumble. I actually do see I do see Orton, unfortunately, getting another match, and they could do 3 more weeks worth of Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, and we could see Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton in a TLC match at TLC. Unfortunately, we could possibly see a triple threat match between The Fiend and Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Roman Reigns, I definitely see Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan in his future. Based on everything, it really doesn't look like they'll be getting Dwayne. It really doesn't look like they'll be getting The Rock. They've been trying to get The Rock for how many years now? They've been trying to get The Rock in another match since he lost to John Cena. And they haven't. What makes you think they're going to do that now? So, I'm going with Roman Reigns to win this. He's going to go forth in a program with Kevin Owens and or Daniel Bryan. Drew McIntyre, I see a couple of challengers in his future with Sheamus. Unfortunately, Randy Orton, I hope not. AJ Styles is definitely one of them. That could be a WrestleMania match. That I would not mind. That could be a Royal Rumble match as well. We'll see what happens, but I see Roman Reigns winning this, and I see Raw and SmackDown tying 3-3. That's how I would book this. But I'm going to hand the ball over to you. Give me your expertise analysis on this. Give me your prediction, and where do you think these two individuals can go after this match?
For this match, again, like I said, Roman Reigns never ever turn him babyface again after what he's done as of late. His match with Jey Uso at Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell, perfect storytelling, man. My God, with Roman Reigns trying to get Jey to acknowledge him as the tribal chief and all. Like, it's just like Roman Reigns, like, he's a better heel than a babyface. Sheamus, same thing. Batista back in late 2009, remember that when he turned on Rey Mysterio? That was great. Bobby Roode, he was in NXT when, I remember NXT in 2017 when Roode was NXT champ. He was trying to get into Roderick Strong's skin and trying to take his wife. He's like, hey, Marina Shafir, whenever you feel like getting with a real man, you let me know.
Where's that Bobby Roode? I want that Bobby Roode back. That he was the best heel in the industry.
Yeah, even Samoa Joe with his stuff with AJ Styles and Wendy 2 years ago.
Oh my God, that was some of the best shit of 2018.
This match, and like you said, especially when we went to AJ's house and then the Night AJ book. Oh my God! And I was even at SummerSlam 2018 when Joe was like, "Hey Wendy, I made you a promise that Daddy was coming home. It looks like he's not, but I'll be your new daddy." And I
fucking brilliant, man, brilliant shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, makes me wonder. It's like, will Joe even wrestle again?
He said his in-ring career is not over. I think he's just biding his time. Do
you think they ever clear him?
Yeah, they'll clear him. But anyway, back to Roman and Drew.
Yeah, as far as Reigns and McIntyre goes, yes. As far as that goes, I'm picking Roman Reigns. Now, neither guy can lose, to be brutally honest with you, BJ. Neither guy can lose, but I'm picking Roman because who's the hotter hand right now? Roman Reigns. Roman should not lose this early. In fact, right now, I would not have Roman lose, period, because considering how white hot and red hot, or whatever the word is, he is right now. And it's like, have that, like, when you want that momentum to continue, it's like Drew beating, quote unquote, the new face of the company. That'd be big for him. But if Roman loses, it's like you're ruining all that momentum for what? And Drew won the belt back Monday night on Raw, which was stupid, which I don't know why he gave the belt to Randy Orton and Hell in a Cell to begin with. But I'm going Roman Reigns all the way. And like you said, DJ Storms, WrestleMania 35, which I was at live, by the way, Roman versus Drew, when Drew was a heel, Roman was a babyface. Boring, that match was. But Drew is a babyface, much better. Roman is a heel, so much better. And now with Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, makes it that much better. But I'm going Roman Reigns all the way. And first, after Survivor Series, again, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre. I could see Sheamus. They've been teasing it as of late. and I think it's a slow build with Sheamus turning on Drew. So I could see Sheamus and Drew McIntyre TLC possibly going into the Rumble next year. So, and AJ and Drew should be at Mania, in my opinion, but that's my take on that.
And if that's the case, then AJ Styles is certainly not winning the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre will be going forth into the spring and the summer of 2021 with the championship. Drew then in that case shouldn't be losing the title till SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But
I was even thinking originally before the draft, Aleister Black and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, but apparently that's not going to happen.
Ain't gonna happen. Aleister Black has not been showcased on SmackDown whatsoever, which is absolutely fucking criminal. It is fucking disgusting.
Titus O'Neil has gotten more TV time than Aleister Black since the draft. Just let that sink in.
20 seconds. 20 seconds in a match with Bobby Lashley. Aleister Black's gotten 0 seconds. Unfucking believable.
Criminal, man. Absolutely criminal. And they fired his wife.
And apparently she was actually making more money on Twitch than she was working for the WWE, which I'm actually going to rant about tomorrow on the Lightning Flash update. Unfucking believable.
So, I even heard reports of Aleister Black wanting to go back to NXT, and he was quickly denied that.
Unfucking believable. But we're Roman Reigns across the board here.
Because Vince knows that Triple H would book Aleister Black better in NXT, and Vince hates being wrong to his son-in-law. It's like if he wants to prove Triple H wrong.
It's because of the report that came out not that long ago, which is why NXT is not a part of the Survivor Series, because Vince McMahon wants to make NXT the inferior brand. Vince McMahon wants to make NXT the minor leagues. Vince McMahon never gave a shit about NXT. The only reason why Vince McMahon cares about NXT is because they're keeping AEW from reaching 1 million viewers. It's as simple as that. I mean, the fact that some people haven't fucking grasped that by now is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And it really goes to show you how fucking dumb a lot of you people really are.
Yeah, it's like people want to say, oh, Vince and the main roster and especially Monday Night Raw, oh, they're not afraid of AEW. Folks, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
The fear's real.
In fact, I wish upon a star one day Dynamite would move to Monday nights.
My God, at this rate, they'd probably take away a lot of viewers from Monday Night Raw. But at this rate, it's not the proper time. We don't need to visit that. We don't need to visit that for another 5, 6, 7 years. So let them continue to do what they're doing. But we're Roman Reigns across the board here. Last thing we're going to talk about here before we get out of here, The Undertaker. The Undertaker. He's making his final appearance, final farewell, quote unquote, which of course we know that that's not the case. Do you see anything going down? Is anything going to go down? Do we see someone interfere? Do we see AJ Styles come out? Do we see The Fiend come out? Do we see Karrion Kross come out? Who do we see come out? Who could we possibly see get thrusted into a position to go and face The Undertaker at WrestleMania? Who is there?
Well, I had a few ideas. My idea, but it's like Aleister Black, but who the hell am I? But The Fiend, it would make sense because of their history from WrestleMania 31. That would make sense. So that's a possibility. AJ Styles and Undertaker, they had their match already at WrestleMania 36 in a Boneyard match. The difference was there was no fans. They may want to do that again, but in front of fans next year's WrestleMania. But Karrion Kross, I think, would be freaking awesome with The Undertaker next year at WrestleMania. Or I'm hearing rumors, Finn Balor from NXT.
Well, here's the thing with that. The thing with that is he's still the NXT champion. He actually just recently returned, and more likely than not, he's going into a program with Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT championship. I don't really see a reason to give the championship back to Tommaso Ciampa at this rate. Matter of fact, I see Finn Balor going into WrestleMania weekend, NXT TakeOver, with the NXT Championship. I don't see any reason for Finn Balor to lose that championship.
Finn Balor's also, by the way.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for Finn Balor to lose that NXT title. So if anything, the Fiend and or Karrion Kross is probably the best route. Now, I actually read a report that Jeff Hardy supposedly wants to do Will-O-the-Wisp versus the Fiend in a cinematic match there. So I wouldn't mind that either. But, I don't know, maybe the Fiend and The Undertaker at WrestleMania, that would probably be the best route. And then maybe after that, you could do Jeff Hardy, Will-O-the-Wisp versus the Fiend.
That's a possibility. But yeah, either the Fiend, because it makes sense, or Karrion Kross, I would not mind. Because, like, one thing about Karrion Kross, booked perfectly in NXT, and he's injured now. If he comes back to NXT, I would be absolutely shocked, DJ Storms. I really would. I think he honestly is ready for the main roster, and he's made for the main roster, in my opinion. And it's like, how do you look at Scarlett and Karrion Kross and fuck them up? How is that even possible?
Dude, this is the main roster. You know that they find a way to fuck literally everyone over.
Yeah.
Literally. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be as special. We didn't think that they were going to fuck Aleister Black up. We didn't think that they were going to fuck Ricochet up. We didn't think that they were going to fuck Keith Lee up. Look at Matt Riddle. Everyone. There's only been a handful of individuals that have gone on to have lucrative careers on the main roster. The 3 Shield members, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Alexa, and Kevin Owens. Outside of them, outside of those 8, 9 individuals, there's been nobody. There's been nobody.
Nope, not at all. And it's like, I don't trust them with Karrion Kross. I really don't. But I hope I'm proven wrong, but I'm not putting a lot of faith in them. I'm not. Just look at what they did to Keith Lee. They changed his theme music, and they changed his ring attire. And Dominic Dijakovic, don't even get me started.
Oh yeah, T-Balls. T-Balls. My good old friend T-Balls.
T-Bar man. It was T-Bar man.
My good old buddy T-Balls. Let's not forget about Disgrace. Let's not forget about Disgrace. Let's not forget about Kangaroo Jack, Applejack, Slapjack, Jack Black, Colby Jack. Let's not forget about them.
Slapnuts.
Slapnuts. Cumstain.
Oh my god. But Karrion Kross, I do not trust the main roster with him, but it's like, how do you fuck him up? But I don't trust the main roster. I don't. It's like if Vince and Dunn and Bruce don't like you, if you're successful under NXT and Triple H, and if you come to the main roster and they don't like you, you're going to be buried once you step foot onto Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, mainly Raw. It's like, if Vince has nothing to do with it and he didn't create it, he'll find a way to fucking kill it. 99%
of NXT call-ups have failed. So at this rate, why should we trust them?
And there's a reason why Ember Moon went back to NXT. There's a reason why Finn Balor went back to NXT.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a reason for that.
That's all the proof that you need. The proof's in the pudding.
And look at Ember Moon right now. Look what she's doing.
She's doing some excellent work. She's actually gotten better.
Yeah. Exactly. What's going to happen to Io Shirai when she gets called up?
I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about that, to be quite honest with you. I really don't. Anyway, ladies and gents, we've reached the end. That wraps up this edition. There's a lot of factors to play into this, but that wraps up this edition of The Rundown. I'd like to thank each and every single one of you who tuned into this video. Like, comment, subscribe, check out all the links in the description. Drake Maverick just pissed his pants at Survivor Series 2018 in the background. And Drake Maverick just pissed his pants. There you go. There you go. There.
God, don't even remind me of that, DJ Storm.
Drake Maverick pissed his pants, and the Authors of Pain just beat The Bar. There you go. There you go. Survivor Series 2018 for you. AOPP. Anyway, I'm going to hand the ball over to you, Mr. Fiore. Where can we find you on social media?
On social media, Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579. For Instagram, Nicholas Fiore 2014. And Facebook, you can also follow me on Facebook as well. Let me find here. So it's Nicholas.Fiore.31 on Facebook. And the YouTube channel, Furious Nation YouTube channel on YouTube.com. Remember to, please make sure, guys, to follow me and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for all notifications. Please, it would really be deeply appreciated. It would really help the channel a lot. And I would be really grateful and humble and appreciative if you guys did so.
We would like to get him to at least 50 subscribers before the end of the year. So please, please, please go subscribe to his channel. Ultra, 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 ultra important. My man, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you coming on the channel. Sorry about the technical difficulties early on, but I greatly appreciate it. Really does mean a lot. Thank you very much, Nick. I hope to have you on in the near future. I hope to be on your channel in the near future as well. He's Nicholas Fiore. I'm DJ Storms. And this has been The Rundown. I will catch you tomorrow for the Lightning Flash update. We got SmackDown tonight. I'll be live tweeting. Nicholas Fiore will be watching as well. And, of course, we got the Rewind for Survivor Series on Monday. You guys keep it real. You guys stay safe. I'll catch you later.